Being self-employed is not all about being rich and wealthy and famous and all that good stuff.
For me, it really boils down to living the lifestyle we want to live. I'm hoping that when our kids get older and start getting out in the world and experiencing more things on their own, they'll start to reflect back on what they saw their parents going through as they grew up and realize just how unique our situation is.
One of the big things I think that makes our aprons and stuff a little more popular than maybe some of the off-the-shelf brands you see at the big stores is that we can customize our stuff. We can make an apron that fits your needs, fits your tools, and fits your work style. Which, when you have a tool that works with you, you can work so much more efficiently and save so much more time. We also really wanted to kind of focus on a lot of the finer handmade aspects of it. None of the stuff's mass produced. Everything's done in-house, from cutting the straps. Even the labels, I get a full hide, I dye it, cut it into strips, cut it into rectangles, stamp them all. Everything's done in-house, mostly because we can retain quality control that way. I really like the way things were done back in the day. The copper rivets were a big thing for me when I first started making aprons. Levi Strauss, what set them apart in the denim industry back in the late 1800s, early 1900s was copper rivets. And I forget the name of the fellow now, but there was somebody working who was starting to do repairs on some of the clothes and found out that a copper rivet did exceptionally well for supporting any kind of a stress point and started putting those on to repair pants. Levi Strauss got wind of the repair methods and started implementing those in their new pants. Also, rivets give you the option to repair things later on down the road. And I think a lot of the times in our kind of a throwaway society that a lot of people mention we're in today, you throw it away because you can't repair it. With these, it gives you the option to repair them. So not only do they stay out of the landfills that way, but they stay in the hands of the craftsman who owned them for a much longer time. You know, I read a thing one time when we first started doing this job on our own that said self-employment is working 80 hours a week for yourself so you don't have to work 40 hours a week for somebody else. And there could not be a more accurate statement that describes my feelings towards this whole industry. I will gladly put in 80 to 100 hours a week on my own doing this than to ever go back and work for somebody else again. It's one of those things where once you've had a taste for it, you can just never forget it. You can never let it go. So thankfully, I enjoy what I do. I love being a craftsman because I'm stuck with it now. Never going back. I'm here for good. And I couldn't be happier.